Imagine a 5,000-pound torpedo with teeth. Now imagine the torpedo flies out of the water like it's auditioning for Sharknado. Welcome to the jaws-dropping world of the great white shark, nature's ultimate underwater hitman. These apex predators aren't just cruising around looking scary. They're silent strategists, muscle-bound missiles with a bite that could make a crocodile cry. And speaking of bites, great whites can detect a single drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. That's like smelling one cocktail olive in a swimming pool during a hurricane. Here's the plot twist. Great whites aren't fully cold-blooded. They're partially warm-blooded, thanks to a turbocharged system called the Rete Mirabile. Sounds like an Italian sports car, right? But it's actually a heat exchange powerhouse that warms their muscles, brains, and even eyes. Translation: while other fish freeze their gills off, great whites are tearing through icy waters like Formula One racers. And when they want to accelerate, boom, they hit burst speeds of 25 miles per hour, fast enough to turn a seal's day from la 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 to no 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 in the blink of an eye. When a great white hunts, it doesn't politely sneak up on its prey. It breaches. It explodes out of the water like a finned fighter jet, sometimes twisting midair before crashing back down like a 5,000-pound meteor. This isn't just hunting. This is a Hollywood stunt routine. Any animal whose hunting technique includes a backflip deserves its own action movie agent. But here's what might surprise you. Great whites aren't just brawn with teeth, they've got brains. Their brains are relatively large, especially in areas tied to learning and memory. That means they strategize, they remember, they observe. They don't just bite, they plan the bite. While we're still struggling to parallel park, they're running ambush strategies like military tacticians of the sea. Let's break down the gear. First, the nose. Great whites can detect a single drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. That's like sniffing out one rogue tear in a bathtub full of Gatorade. But it doesn't stop there. They've also got electroreception, a built-in superpower that makes Marvel heroes look under-equipped. Their snouts contain jelly-filled pores called the ampullae of Lorenzini. Sounds like a lost pasta dish crossed with a Bond villain. But it's actually a radar system for life. It allows them to detect the faintest electrical signals, like the beating heart of hidden prey. You could be buried under sand, holding your breath, thinking you're safe. But to a great white, you're basically glowing with a neon open late sign. Great whites aren't clunky tanks of the sea. They're hydrodynamic masterpieces. Sleek, muscular, and designed for one thing: speed. Their fusiform bodies slice through water like living missiles wrapped in sandpaper. Their crescent-shaped tails act like high-performance propellers. When a shark decides to close the distance, it doesn't swim. It detonates forward. By the time you notice, you're already part of the reenactment. Here's the creepy part. Despite their size, great whites are stealth specialists. They often approach from below, using the dim light above to cloak their massive silhouette. They glide silently, unseen, until it's too late. By the time you spot them, you're already a statistic. Now let's talk dental horror. Great whites don't just have teeth. They've got conveyor belts of them. 300 serrated blades, constantly rotating in. Lose one while chomping on a seal? No problem. Another tooth slides forward like it's clocking in for the night shift. Over their lifetime, a single great white can cycle through 30,000 teeth. That's more teeth than most people have regrets, and way more bite force per square inch than a chainsaw on espresso. Despite the horror movie teeth, great whites aren't eating 24/7. They're more like strategic binge eaters. They can go days, even weeks without a meal, living off their last fatty feast. But when they do eat, they don't mess around. Sometimes they devour up to 20% of their body weight in one sitting. That's the shark equivalent of scarfing down 300 hamburgers at once. Their favorite meal? Blubber-rich seals and sea lions. Basically, the high-calorie energy bars of the ocean. And they're not homebodies. Great whites are globetrotters, traveling thousands of miles across oceans. One hot spot? The mysterious White Shark Cafe between California and Hawaii. It sounds like a trendy brunch spot, but it's actually a mid-ocean mystery. Scientists aren't sure if they go there to breed, to feed, or just to vibe. But whatever the reason, it proves these sharks aren't just terrifying. They're also enigmatic travelers. Great whites are in it for the long haul. They can live 70 years or more, slowly maturing like fine wine with fins. But that slow growth also makes them vulnerable. Caught in fishing nets, hunted for fins, taken as trophies. Each shark lost is a heavy blow. That's why today, great whites are officially listed as vulnerable. And here's another bonus feature. Great whites come with built-in night vision. Thanks to a reflective layer behind their eyes, the tapetum lucidum, they can see in the dark. It's the same trick cats use to look spooky in flash photos. So if you see a massive shape gliding through the gloom, yeah, it sees you just fine. Now let's clear up a myth. Despite the movie Jaws turning them into nightmare fuel, great whites aren't villains. They're guardians of the sea. By culling the weak and the sick, they keep ecosystems balanced. Take them away, and the ocean collapses into chaos. And those deadly attacks on humans? They're extremely rare. Most happen because sharks mistake surfers for seals. One exploratory bite later, the shark usually swims off thinking, "Ugh, that tasted like neoprene and regret." So let's set the record straight. The great white shark isn't a monster. It's a marvel. 5,000 pounds of strategy, speed, and sensory superpowers. An apex predator that's been perfecting survival for millions of years. The Navy SEAL of the ocean, except with more teeth and zero chill. Yes, they're terrifying, but they're also essential. And the more we understand them, the more we realize the scariest thing about the great white shark would be a world without it.